Hey y'all, it's Russ, and I just wanted to show you how I was making use of OBS to record videos here on my computer. Um, so to start with, let me bring you into webcam mode, or so that you can see what software I'm using. I'm using a software, it's called OBS. I forget what the website is, OB Studio or something like that. You can Google for it. This is open source software, so it's free to use. I'm no expert on video, but it has a lot of features. It has a lot more features than I've been able to figure out so far. And it's worked really, really well for me. Tends to record pretty high quality video. So what are the basic things that you need to know about this? This is actually pretty easy to set up. It's a little weird because we're nested right now. I'm recording as I'm actually viewing it, so I'm not going to be able to hit all the buttons. But the first thing you're going to do is you're going to set up what sort of environment you want to record on. So I have three presets that I've defined here. Screen only, and so if I do that, what you'll see is it switches me. When I go to the screen only preset, I guess they call them scenes, we only have one source, which is the display capture. I don't actually, I think you just add them, but there you go. It's been a while since I've configured this. So you can do display capture. By the way, if you're trying to do live action, anything that's animated very quickly, game capture will give you a lot better results. I'm actually wondering what this audio bar is going to look like in the video. It might look terrible. But display capture works just fine for the sorts of things that I normally do on a recording, which is type things inside an editor, show slides, maybe even capture a picture of some sort of a camera periodically. So you can add sources here, and you can actually, if you want, you can resize them so you can change how big they are and where they fit in the screen. I have three presets: screen only, the full screen webcam. So I just clicked on full screen webcam. You can't see me anymore because now the webcam's gotten full screen. So you won't be able to see this, but you'll have to take my word for it. In the sources list, I've just got video capture set as the full screen input. Then we go to the middle one. This is the one I use most often. I call small webcam. This has two sources. And so you've got the video capture device. That's actually my webcam here. So this is selected. You can right click on it, go into the properties. You can select if you've got multiple cameras. For instance, if you've got like a document camera, you can switch to a different input. Occasionally, if I've had a camera that's a little bit flaky, I've had to deactivate the camera and then reactivate it. That seems to reset it pretty well. Little heads up that if you've got some other application that's trying to view the webcam, so if you've got, you're trying to run Panopto or any other video capture software, you may be only able to capture one video, or I'm sorry, you may be able to only capture it using one piece of software at a time. So if you try to use your webcam and it comes up black, well, check to make sure that it's uncovered, of course. But if it's uncovered and it looks like it's working otherwise, I would look around to see if there's any software you need to shut down. All right, now a cool little feature that you can use, you don't have to use, but I love, is if you can go into settings here. And unfortunately, I don't remember exactly what this looked like originally, because I set it up once and now it's just working. But if you go into the settings and you go to hotkeys, you'll notice that each of these screens that I have defined, I can assign a switch to option. So, whoop, didn't mean to change that. Let's cancel that, make sure it went back. Yeah, okay, kept the original. All right, so I'm hands off the mouse now. I'm going to do Control 3 goes full screen, Control 2 goes minimal. So I very often, what I'll do this is my way of switching from one mode to the other without making it obvious that I'm using OBS. It makes it, I mean, there's nothing wrong with letting your students know that you're using OBS, just makes it a little bit cleaner. When you want to actually start recording, it's real easy. You hit start recording here, and whatever you record will show up in your videos folder. So if you go to videos here, it'll show up as a time-stamped video. This is an MKV file. This is what's currently being created by OBS as we speak. When I hit stop recording, it will flush that out to disk so fast I never even noticed the transition. My traditional way that I use it, you don't have to use it this way, of course, but the way I use it that I think looks as professional as a very inexperienced video user can make is I will start with my full screen mode. I'll get it recording here. I scroll down here, double check to make sure that I've got good audio. And I'll minimize this, go into the environment that I want. And now what I know here is that I'm recording a full screen image, but what I'm seeing, you can't see it, but what I'm seeing here is now I'm seeing the Mu window. And so this is what I'm about to reveal to the students. So I can go through here and, for instance, make sure that I don't accidentally have the solutions shown up on the window. I do a little intro. I say, hey Russ, this is, we're going to go talk about XYZ topic. And once I've done my quick little intro, then I hit Control 2 and it drops me into Mu. Beware that because the Control 2 is just going to the general screen, it will occasionally cause things to happen. In Mu, Control 2 tends to type the number 2. On a web browser, at least the browser I use, it tends to go to tab number 2. When I'm then done with my video, I'll usually give some sort of a sign off. I say, hey, I hope this was useful, and I'll see you all tomorrow. Then I do a little pause, because again, I'm trying to hide OBS. And now afterwards, I can Alt-Tab over here, and I can hit stop recording. I'm not actually going to hit it quite this moment, because then you would lose me. But when I hit stop recording, then that video closes out. Now you have a couple of options. You can upload the video as is. I've not tried to upload an MKV directly to YouTube. I would suspect that they can probably handle it, but I haven't tried it because I always do a little bit of trivial editing. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to hit stop recording, and then I'm going to go over and record another video which shows you how I do my video editing. Again, I'm no expert at it, but I've learned just enough tricks to be functional. So I'll see you at the next video.